Yeah, I like to be active behind closed doors. By the way, guys, I got new glasses yesterday and I'm feeling really confident in them today, okay? So, thanks for listening and watching. I'm Lamar Townsend. I'm a natural intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empathic, psychic tarot reader, as well as a quirky, eccentric artist, musician, tarot reader, astrologer, Zodiac enthusiast, and many other things. I'm a jack of all trades. But I would love to do a personal private tarot reading, okay? I have a tarot reading business where I do personal private tarot readings. $1 per minute. Visit my website, lamartownsendtarot.com, for your own personal tarot reading or your own birth chart reading, okay? I also do birth chart readings. I would love to do a personal tarot reading or birth chart reading for you, okay? Check out the personal reading testimonial section for testimonials, as well as check out the testimonial section on my Facebook page, okay? Also, follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. Not the testimonial section on Facebook. I think it's called reviews on Facebook, whatever. Same thing, right? Tomato, tomato, anyways. Instagram, you can follow me at Lamar Townsend, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification button so you get a notification whenever I upload a new video, and follow me on Google+, okay? Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I appreciate your support. So, let's talk about the 7 most active zodiac signs, both behind closed doors and outside of closed doors. Both in the bedroom and outside of the bedroom, alright? The 7 most, or the 8 most physically active zodiac signs, in my opinion, are Capricorn, in no particular order, by the way. Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Virgo, and Scorpio. Can this plane hurry up? Thank you. Alright. Let's try this again. Alright, the 8 most physically active zodiac signs, in my opinion, are Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Virgo, and Scorpio. Once again, in no particular order. And since I'm going in no particular order, let's start backwards, alright? Let's start with Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by both Mars and Pluto. Let's start with the fact that Mars is just a very aggressive, competitive planet, alright? It's all about war, destruction, obliterating one's enemies, and anyone that stands in, one's path. Mars is a very hard-hitting sign, hard-hitting planet. Scorpio is a very hard-hitting zodiac sign. Very competitive, but in a very subtle, secretive way. Like, Scorpio is the type of person that you won't see coming until they're almost, like, at the goal. They're almost at the finish line. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just very sneaky like that. Very physically active people. And we have to remember that, we're not just our sun sign. So when I need water, my teeth are like, are you serious? I don't have any water. I always have water in here. Alright, well, whatever. I'll be okay. It's this coffee I'm drinking. I got a shot in it, by the way. Be careful with your shots of espresso, people. Ooh. Too many shots of espresso will do you in, alright? Anyways, we have to remember that, like, when someone asks us, what's your zodiac sign? What they're really asking is, what is your sun sign? We're not just our sun sign. We are a totality of a birth chart, meaning, a birth chart is basically where the planets were in the sky, where the planets, I get really excited when I talk about astrology in the zodiac, by the way. Where the planets were in the sky, in terms of astrology, at the time you were born, at the time you were brought into the earth, okay, brought into this world, okay, from the womb, alright? That's really important. So we have to remember that we are also our moon sign, our Mars, our Mercury signs, our Jupiter, Uranus, Venus. Those are all important and play an integral, important role in who we are and how we go about navigating the world, right? So Scorpio, very competitive with that Mars energy. Mars is just a very, very competitive, hard-hitting, don't mess with me planet. I keep calling it a sign. I don't know why. Um, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Virgos themselves are just very health nut, like kind of very health conscious kind of people, you know? So Virgos tend to not be so competitive like a Scorpio would, or someone with a lot of Mars energy would, or even like Saturn energy, maybe even. Um, uh, Virgo is more so competitive, like within themselves, competitive with themselves. Like, you know, like they may be competitive with someone, but they would never actually tell that person that they're competitive with them, because then that would show that that person kind of maybe has an upper hand over the Virgo, and Virgos don't like people having upper hands over them, let alone them knowing that they have an upper hand over them, right? So Virgos, like, typically tend to be very health conscious, physically active people. You know, I'm a Virgo rising, and one of the things I like to do, there's a squirrel hopping across the little thingy across the. That's crazy. Squirrels are so weird. I'm a Virgo rising, so one of the things I like to do is I like to go on walks. I'm very conscious of, you know, what I try to be. Well, yeah, I'm really conscious of what I eat. I of course I have my cheat days, you know, but you know, and I'm also conscious of what goes on in my body, you know, the feelings I have and stuff like that. Virgos tend to be like really, really big about that because they're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury deals with the mind and the body and the, you know, the kind of I think the respiratory system or something like that. Something about the, maybe I think it's the nervous system or something, one of the systems or something like that. It's like just a very mental kind of, you know, pulsating energy, and you know, it creates a need in a Virgo or a Gemini, which is also on this list, who are both ruled by Mercury and Mercury solely. It creates a need in them to kind of like get that energy, to do something with that energy. So a lot of times, yes, Virgos will go and be physically active. They do like to go to the gym. I know so many Virgos that like to be active and go to the gym. Virgos tend to be very physically active people. Absolutely. Aries are ruled solely by Mars, okay? Now, we've already talked about what's going on with Mars and, um, you know, what kind of planet that is. It's a very hard hitting, competitive, destructive, don't get in my way or you will get obliterated planet, all right? So, Aries are people you don't want to mess with. I would say Aries is probably the most competitive zodiac sign in the zodiac. Um, Very impulsive people, very active people. Aries tend to be very physically active. Aries tend to love like going to the gym and being out and about, you know, and just doing things. Aries is not the type of person that can just sit still for long periods of time, you know. It's just not in an Aries nature to sit still. Generally, Aries tend to like to be out, you know, and do something, right? It's in their nature, for goodness sakes. They're fire sign, right? Um, Fire signs tend to not like to be stagnant, you know. So, but Aries, I'd say out of all three of them, is the most active. Absolutely, just by nature, you know. That's just who they are, right? It's that Mars energy we talked about. Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun deals with self confidence and the ego and life purpose and things of that nature. Leos tend to be very adventurous people. Once again, they're a fire sign, and fire signs do not like to stay stagnant. All right, they like to. If they are stagnant, they need to do something to, you know, keep up the pace, to keep up the excitement. Especially a Leo. Leo loves excitement. A Leo hates boredom. A Leo cannot stand routine. Structure a Leo probably enjoys, but routine, like, rigidness, like the same routine literally every day for months, years on end will bore a Leo to no end, right? So a Leo needs to do something periodically. Um, and I'd say a Leo probably, more often than not, Leos should probably be out doing more than they don't. Like, I think being active would be really, really, really good for a Leo. Like, if a Leo's not active, like, Like, for example, if a Leo spends like 8, 9 hours a day at work, and then they get home, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm too tired. I don't feel like going out. I don't feel like, I don't feel like being active. I'm just gonna sit on the couch, surf Facebook, watch Netflix, watch cable, whatever." I feel like it would do a Leo more good actually to be out and about, walking around the neighborhood. Hopefully, you live in a safe neighborhood, right? Or, going to the gym or something. Being around people, because, like, being around people is really good for you, Leo. You love being around people. You love just feeling that energy. You don't even have to talk to anyone, Leo. Like, you don't even have to acknowledge anyone. Like, but just being around people and people acknowledging you, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you're having a bad day, but here goes this girl giving you the eye, here goes this guy, looking you up and down, like, and that's going to boost your confidence. So Leos need to be out and about. It's just in their nature. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of morals and values and higher learning, education, seeking your individual truth. One thing about Sagittarius is that they're very, very constantly on the move, constantly doing something new, right? Constantly on the go, basically, right? Sagittarius tend to be social butterflies, but like Leos, they tend to be very, very adventurous people as well, right? Um, and I would maybe even throw Pisces in here too, because Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter. Pisces is also ruled by Neptune. And, physically active things like going, hiking the mountains and things like that can be very spiritual, experiences. So I'm going to throw Pisces as the ninth sign actually in there too. So both Pisces and Sagittarius have that Jupiterian energy where, you know, um, adventures, experiences, outdoors, and just being very active, especially with groups of people they love and friends, is a very healing spiritual experience for both Sag and Pisces in different ways, I think, because Pisces is a water sign, a very spiritual, once again, water sign ruled by Neptune. Sag is just a little fire sign, happy go lucky, like, just going with the flow type of sign. But I think those experiences, in a way, ground Sag, which I think Sag needs, and grounds Pisces in a way, which I think Pisces needs as well, right? So let's move to Gemini. Gemini, as we were saying, is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury as is the planet of communication, intellect, the mind, travel. Geminis love traveling. Geminis love doing new things. Geminis love traveling with people that they love, that they connect with. They love creating memories like that with people as well. For Geminis, being active, like, going outdoors, going to the gym, the whole thing is an experience to them. Like, the whole thing is an experience. So Geminis just like to have fun, you know, throughout the whole time. Like, that's, I think, what's the most important to a Gemini is if I'm having fun, if we're having fun, then I'm good, like, which is awesome. Geminis also tend to somewhat be health nuts, once again ruled by Mercury. That nervous system, that nervous kind of energy, that kind of just in tune with your body energy for the most part. And I think a little activity, moving around, doing some physical things outside, or just in nature with other people, maybe could be really good for a Gemini. Very grounding. All right. Getting down to the wire here, we have Aquarius, ruled by Saturn and Uranus, and Capricorn, actually, which is my last one, is also ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is a very, I would say, very competitive sign, but in in a different way, I think, from Mars. Whereas Mars is more so like, I'm stronger than you, and I'm going to prove it to you. Saturn is more so like, I'm better than you, and I'm going to prove it to you, right? So for an Aquarius and a Capricorn, more so for them, it's about status and reputation. Especially a Capricorn, I think, because we have to remember Aquarius is an air sign and Capricorn is an earth sign, right? Earth signs tend to be very much more practical, down to earth, Air signs tend to be more kind of up in the air, maybe not so grounded as compared to an earth sign. Whether that's a bad thing. But Saturn is a very competitive, hard-hitting sign that rules the past, karma, debt, weight, illness, and things of that nature. So Capricorns and Aquariuses tend to be very cautious of their weight. Their weight is very, important to them, and how, they look, is very important to a Capricorn and an Aquarius for that matter. So Uranus, by the way, is the planet of innovation, technology, forward movement, progression, things of that nature. So these are the 9 zodiac signs that are the most active. Poor Cancer, Libra, and Taurus. Well, let me tell you that I'm a Libra moon, and being a Capricorn sun with my Mercury and Mars and Sagittarius, my Venus and Scorpio, not that that matters. Basically, I have a lot of physically active energy according to this chart. So, as a kid, like I was definitely active. Growing up, I'm a little bit less active, and it's more for me to get out and be more active. But I'm definitely trying to eat well and things of that nature, and drink water, of course. But with my Libra moon, sometimes I just like to sit inside and be pretty and not sweat. Okay, like like I just like to be clean sometimes with my Libra moon and Virgo rising, healthy but clean, not sweaty. Cute, pretty, and petite. Right? That's what matters to Libra. So, Libras, Cancers, and Taurus, don't be upset. It's okay. We're still pretty and gorgeous anyway. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love it if those cicadas or whatever they are would be quiet. Thank you. All right. And also, you can contact me at LamarTownsendTarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading or your own birth chart reading, okay? I can't wait to hear from you. Until then, I wish you nothing but the best love, health, and success. Feliz Navidad.